Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nicole and you're watching Nick Ink Artistry. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to DIY some t-shirts. So I'm going to be cutting some up today and also bleach dyeing. And pretty much just giving them an overall little makeover just to add a little bit of flair into the clothes and make them a little bit more unique and personalized. So I do have 8 different t-shirts to show you guys today. So of course, without any further ado, let's jump right on into this video. So our first shirt here, we have a gray tie-dye shirt. This one's from Walmart. I believe it was under $10 and it has this cute little astronaut on it and the words NASA. I love this shirt just on its own because I feel like the tie-dye does make it look like a different and unique shirt already. But we're going to kick it up a notch, and my plan with this one is basically just to cut it in the back so the whole front will stay as is. I'm going to cut off the bottom and make it not as long, but I'd rather keep it longer at first because then I can take it shorter if I need to. And I'm also just cutting off the sleeve just so it has a fun raw hem. And now in the back, I'm going to cut down 2 columns, and here I am just kind of measuring it out, making sure all my spacing is going to be even before I cut the shirt at all. Just kind of marking that with a little bit of chalk. And then now I'm just going to go ahead and start cutting on down. And at first I kept the strips pretty thick, and later on I went in and realized that I wanted to make them a little bit thinner. But this is the final product. This one was so easy, just a little bit of cutting. But like I said, measuring it out is pretty important. That way you're keeping your lines nice and straight and even and spaced out. But I love how this one came out. It's so light and fun. Perfect for the summer because it's a nice lightweight shirt. And because the open back, I just think it's a nice cute little detail. Now moving on to my next one, I wanted to recreate my favorite t-shirt that I already DIY'd about 2 years ago for the Lynyrd Skynyrd concert that my boyfriend's family and I went to. I loved how this t-shirt came out so much just because it was a couple simple slits in the top, and it just makes a whole world of a difference. I feel like I always get compliments on the shirt. It's just such a fun and unique piece in my collection. So to recreate this t-shirt, I went ahead and ordered a different one from Amazon, and this one has the icon Stevie Nicks on it. I am obsessed with her, and this one on the front says "Back to the Gypsy that I was," obviously for her and Fleetwood Mac song Gypsy, which is literally my favorite. And like I said, I did kind of want to recreate the Lynyrd Skynyrd type slits on the top, but I also wanted to make some on the side as well. So here I am kind of sketching everything out, once again making sure my lines will be all spaced out and even, and especially on the side. I didn't want them to be too open and too exposed, although I'm always wearing a bralette or a sports bra under shirts. You never know, you don't want things to accidentally slip or anything like that. But this one's also just super easy, just a couple slits here and there. And I did go ahead and cut off the whole bottom of the shirt and left it right where about the bottom of the words, which I wish I would have left about maybe an inch longer. That way it had a little bit more room to curl up, but I still think that it's cute and you can still read it a little bit, so it's fine. And here we are, the final product. I love how this shirt came out. Once again, just a nice breezy summer shirt, and it was super easy to recreate. All right, and our next t-shirt that's up, I also got from Amazon. It's just a really simple navy graphic shirt that says "Live by the sun, dream by the moon." I love it because you guys know I love the moon. Hello, nothing new here. And I didn't want to mess with this shirt too much. I wanted to keep it kind of plain Jane because I feel like the graphic is nice and big on the front, so it already adds a lot of detail to it. I did go ahead and take off a couple inches from the bottom to make it a crop shirt, not too short. And I did decide that I wanted to start cutting onto the back, but I wanted to cut more of the lower back and not so much the top or the full back. So here I'm spacing it out again with my chalk, and we're going to start sketching out here on the bottom. And really it's only going to end up being about 5 slits, but you'll see in the end it does add just the most simple detail, not revealing at all, and I honestly just think it spruces it up so much. And like I was saying, here is the final reveal, and it is just such a simple change, but yet I feel like it goes such a long way. It took this basic t-shirt to a step up and definitely made it a fun statement clothing piece. All right, moving on to our 4th t-shirt, we have here this really fun, it kind of reminds me of Kraft mac and cheese, this color shirt, which is super fun for the summer. But my idea here was to start cutting the shirt in the front in the form of a triangle, starting with larger slits on the bottom, working my way up to smaller ones at the top, if that makes any sense. And I first started doing this and making them a little bit thicker. That way I can go in and thin them out if I needed to. But just with the way that this graphic was printed onto the t-shirt, in definitely a little bit of a cheap fashion, the fabric doesn't really roll up and it stays kind of weird and strung out. Definitely not the look that I was going for, so not really my favorite shirt. But I feel like if I recreated this on another graphic, it would have come out way cuter. But I did actually like it by the time I threw this fishnet bralette that I got from Victoria's Secret. So I feel like that kind of distracted away from the weird graphic happening with all the cut up detail. So I wouldn't really consider this a failure or a success. It's somewhere kind of in the middle. Now we're moving on to the t-shirts that I not only cut up, but I also bleach dyed them. So here's a little bit of the process of me dyeing them. I did this on top of my washer. Also, fair warning, be careful when you're dealing with bleach because it is a harsh chemical. If it gets on your clothes, obviously it will remove the color. So with this, I made sure I was working on top of an already white towel, and I put some plastic wrap down. Actually, that way it wouldn't really drip anywhere too much and I can control it a little bit. But I started off by obviously gathering, twisting, and tying my selected t-shirts up in order to make the tie-dye patterns. So with this cute little graphic tee from Walmart, also under $10, which says I'm done peopling, which is literally so cute, such a mood. But I'm just starting to twist this right by the center, so I'm literally just grabbing right in the center and twisting and twisting and twisting that shirt up into a little ball almost. Then I'm just taking a couple rubber bands. I'm going to take 3, kind of crisscrossing them all so it becomes in a pie-shaped sections. That way I can bleach only a couple of the sections and make it like a spiral dye shape that you'll see in the end. Now once the bleach touched this shirt, this one started lifting right away, which was actually pretty great. And it faded to this mauve brown tan color, which I actually love against the navy. But I knew I wanted a little bit something more exciting, so I decided to cut up the bottom and make the whole bottom of the shirt this really nice fringe look, like this one that I found on Pinterest. So of course, here I am with the ruler yet again. We're gonna start measuring about 1 to 1.5 inch thick strips, just cutting all the way down, and I'm cutting pretty much about 6 or 7 inches up, probably to about where I would crop it anyway. And then of course, when you're done cutting all the strips, you can start stretching them out one by one, and you can really start seeing them take that fringe-like shape. And here we are with the final product. I'm obsessed with this one. This one is so fun, and this one gives me like really fall vibes. I feel like you could wear this with like a cardigan and some leggings and some little boots in the fall or winter, and I'm so excited to rock this one this year. I am literally obsessed. Then with this butterfly oversized t-shirt I got from Shein a couple hauls ago, I decided I just wanted the whole sides and a little bit of the sleeve part to be dyed because already the graphic in the middle is enough excitement of the shirt. So I just wanted a little bit of the bleach dye on this one, not too much. So I started by just folding it in half, that way the sides and the sleeves were resting on top of each other, the only parts that I wanted to bleach. And then I just started kind of scrunching that and gathering that a little bit like accordion style. And then once again, just rubber banding that whole side off. Then I could just start pouring my bleach on it. And I will say with this one, I don't know what was going on. I literally put bleach on it for over an hour and it really wasn't doing too much. I had to do a couple different applications to it to eventually get it to the little bit of the bleach look that I did get, but I also wanted just a little bit more of a difference, so I did decide to cut out the very back of it, which is something that I have done to a shirt before in the past that shows off your bralette or your just bare back, and I think it's super cute and fun. So I decided to do that for this one. So of course we're gonna measure it out, make sure it's all spaced out and in the exact center of the shirt. Mark it out with some chalk and of course start cutting, and you can keep it as small or as large as you want it. I kept it pretty small and more on the upper part of the shirt because the shirt is pretty long. But here's the final product. I love how it came out. From the subtle bleached sides to the cutout back, I feel like this is such a statement shirt now. It really just has that extra oomph that I was looking for, and I'm literally obsessed. And here I'm just taking the shirt that I've had for a really long time, but this one has already been cut up. It already came like this with the cute design being cut up and all braided and everything like that. But over the years, I've gotten a couple bleach spots on it from working in the salon and things like that. And instead of trying to dye it black, which I've tried, and it honestly just didn't even take on those bleached areas, so I'm just going to bleach dye it, and that way it would be on purpose, which is probably what I should have done anyway. So here we are going from a basic black tee We're having a little bit of bleach dye, which I think just makes everything more fun. So here I am just kind of scrunching it up and then just kind of rubber banding it down. I'm not trying to be too precise about this because either way, I just think the bleach will add that little bit of detail that I'm missing. And then this is the final product. It is literally perfect. It's just the right amount of bleach because I didn't want to take away all the black from it. But I did just want to add that a little bit of extra color in there, and I literally love how it came out. It reminds me of fire or something, or like I feel like I'm gonna be riding a motorcycle with this, but I love it so much. And my favorite way to wear this shirt is with black leggings, so of course that's what I paired it with. And this last shirt may or may not be my favorite, and this was one that I wasn't even gonna do at first. I was honestly thinking about saving this one maybe for another video, but I just couldn't hold off. So here we have this beautiful sky blue t-shirt with all these cute little butterflies on there, and it says butterflies in my stomach. This one's from Shein. It's just a big oversized t-shirt. You could definitely wear this one as a dress because it's super long, but we're gonna switch it up a little bit today. So at first I decided that I only wanted to cut up the back and leave the front and everything as is, but just cut up the back and kind of braid it a little bit. So here I am, once again, mapping it all out. It's honestly just the way to go. Do not eyeball it. It honestly just isn't worth it because then you might ruin it. And after that, we're of course cutting our strips all the way down. Then as we're pulling them, they're rolling up into these like little noodles almost. And I'm gonna start braiding them. And in order to this little braid, it's probably gonna be easier just watching me rather than listening to me explaining it. But basically I'm taking that first one in line, and the second one's gonna go underneath, and basically you're gonna be holding that second one now. So now with that second one, you're gonna go to your next string in line, that one's gonna go underneath, and then that one will be your next string, if that makes any sense. So you're basically just kind of weaving them in with each other and kind of just working your way down. And then at the very end, I'm just cutting it and tying it to that one really tight. I probably tied it like 4 times, made sure it was as tight as I could pull it, and then just cut those little strings off. But I did decide to bleach dye this one, which I'm so glad I did because it faded so fun. So I started just on the very bottom. That's where I wanted most of it to go, and I kind of feathered it a little bit up and on the sides, but not too much. I did want it to stay mostly the blue color, and I wasn't all that sure of what color it was going to turn out to be anyway from the bleach. But here is the final color, and I'm literally obsessed. I feel like this is a whole new shirt. I feel like I'm a whole new me when I wear this one. It's so fun and so summery, but this one could definitely transition into fall really well, and I literally love it so much, and it came out just perfectly. Like honestly guys, I can't even pick which one is my favorite. I am obsessed. So of course, comment down below what was your favorite design or your favorite t-shirt that I DIY'd. And of course, if you try out any of these techniques, tag me on Instagram. Honestly, they were all so easy to do and they did not take much time at all. But I love them so much and I hope you guys do too. So I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you so much for watching this video. And I would really appreciate it if you subscribed onto my channel and gave this video a huge thumbs up. And of course, let me know what kind of videos you want to see next from me. But until then, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!